Years ago, 12 years ago, I moved here from the UK and moved to a sleepy town called Oakville. And sitting in the town square one night, around 9:30 at night, realizing that it was very quiet.
You know, going back to the earliest days, when Judah Hernandez and I were sitting at a soccer game, I had just finished my master's in cinema and media studies. And I was talking to Judah and I said, I've always wanted to start a film festival, and I went back to do my master's so I could do that. And he just looked at me and said, oh my God, I want to do that too.
She couldn't believe her ears because she was just thinking the same thing. Two very different people from two very different worlds connected like magnets.
We just did it. It's part of that entrepreneurial spirit. To doing something like this, but it also goes back to just a love of film.
Film for me is a way to take an idea and turn it into something tangible. It's the way that we connect with other human beings.
For a not-for-profit, you have to be invested in what you're doing, and I think this festival is so much about the community. It's so much about the people that are on the board. It's so much about the volunteers. And we couldn't do the festival without all that sweat equity.
Let me tell you, those early days were fun, but chaos. It was just trying to figure out how this could work. But in order to do that, you need money, you need support, you need funding.
There's two sponsors that come to mind. The first one is Christopher and Vidiata, who back in the earliest years of the festival, very first year, came on board as our only sponsor and believed in the event and the potential, of the festival and the community. The second sponsor who's so integral to the festival is Peter Wilson. Peter Wilson came on board as a title sponsor. It was Peter Wilson's participation as a sponsor that helped us to build the festival to what it is today.
I can't say enough about the community support. There were so many local sponsors, small level sponsors, in-kind sponsors, people who volunteered just to bring this thing to life that I cannot say enough about. My vision was always to bring people together, not just for the Oakville community, but bring people from everywhere else to the Oakville community. It is a beautiful place. It is charming, it's warm, and it's unique. And film was the vehicle to allow that to happen.
Film happens in theaters, and theaters to me are where film should be watched. In theaters with an audience, because it's that communal experience, to me, that's so important about film.
I hope that we continue to bring people together, open their world, and allow them to see the magic of cinema.
felt like real life to me.
Right guy at the right time, at the right place.
Dad, you have to come see Be the Beehive.
That's right. Very nice. Good.
Some of the people, the neat thing is that they also produce a parody of so they distribute the Hoopla is one of the bigger ones that distributes to they exclusively work with some people work exclusively.
OFFA is celebrating 10 years, and it kind of crept up on me, to be honest, because it's gone really fast. And it's just been amazing that we got to this point. I'm like, oh my God, 10 years?
Years ago, 12 years ago, I moved here from the UK and moved to a sleepy town called Oakville. And sitting in the town square one night, around 9:30 at night, realizing that it was very quiet.
You know, going back to the earliest days, when Judah Hernandez and I were sitting at a soccer game, I had just finished my master's in cinema and media studies. And I was talking to Judah and I said, I've always wanted to start a film festival, and I went back to do my master's so I could do that. And he just looked at me and said, oh my God, I want to do that too.
She couldn't believe her ears because she was just thinking the same thing. Two very different people from two very different worlds connected like magnets.
We just did it. It's part of that entrepreneurial spirit to doing something like this, but it also goes back to just a love of film.
Film for me is a way to take an idea and turn it into something tangible. It's the way that we connect with other human beings.
For a not-for-profit, you have to be invested in what you're doing. And I think this festival is so much about the community. It's so much about the people that are on the board. It's so much about the volunteers. And we couldn't do the festival without all that sweat equity.
Let me tell you, those early days were fun, but chaos. It was just trying to figure out how this could work. But in order to do that, you need money, you need support, you need funding.
There's two sponsors that come to mind. The first one is Christopher and Vidyata, who back in the earliest years of the festival, very first year, came on board as our only sponsor and believed in the event and the potential, of the festival and the community. The second sponsor who's so integral to the festival is Peter Wilson. Peter Wilson came on board as a title sponsor. It was Peter Wilson's participation as a sponsor that helped us to build the festival to what it is today.
I can't say enough about the community support. There were so many local sponsors, small level sponsors, in-kind sponsors, people who volunteered just to bring this thing to life that I cannot say enough about. My vision was always to bring people together, not just for the Oakville community, but bring people from everywhere else to the Oakville community. It is a beautiful place. It is charming, it's warm, and it's unique. And film was the vehicle to allow that to happen.
Film happens in theaters, and theaters to me are where film should be watched. In theaters with an audience, because it's that communal experience, to me, that's so important about film.
I hope that we continue to bring people together, open their world, and allow them to see the magic of cinema.
Once you decide for it to be around she's the one that I'm trying to apartment. I'm trying to side with it's so many different persons.
Welcome to OFFA 2023. My name is Joaquim Sarmiento, and I am a camera operator for Black and White Media. Currently joining us today, we have Levi and Judah.
Years, and it kind of crept up on me, to be honest, because it's gone really fast, and it's just been amazing that we got to this point. I'm like, oh my God, 10 years?
"13 years ago, 12 years ago, I moved here from the UK and moved to a sleepy town called Oakville. And sitting in the town square one night, around 9:30 at night, realizing that it was very quiet.
You know, going back to the earliest days, when Judah Hernandez and I were sitting at a soccer game, I just finished my master's in cinema and media studies. And I was talking to Judah and I said, I've always wanted to start a film festival, and I went back to do my master's so I could do that. And he just looked at me and said, oh my God, I want to do that too.
She couldn't believe her ears because she was just thinking the same thing. Two very different people from two very different worlds connected like magnets.
We just did it. It's part of that entrepreneurial spirit to doing something like this, but it also goes back to just a love of film.
Film for me is a way to take an idea and turn it into something tangible. It's the way that we connect with other human beings.
For a not-for-profit, you have to be invested in what you're doing. And I think this festival is so much about the community. It's so much about the people that are on the board. It's so much about the volunteers. And we couldn't do the festival without all that sweat equity.
Let me tell you, those early days were fun, but chaos. It was just trying to figure out how this could work. But in order to do that, you need money, you need support, you need funding.
There's two sponsors that come to mind. The first one is Christopher and Vidyata, who back in the earliest years of the festival, very first year, came on board as our only sponsor and believed in the event and the potential of the festival and the community. The second sponsor who's so integral to the festival is Peter Wilson. Peter Wilson came on board as a title sponsor. It was Peter Wilson's participation as a sponsor that helped us to build the festival into what it is today.
I can't say enough about the community support. There were so many local sponsors, small level sponsors, in-kind sponsors, people who volunteered just to bring this thing to life that I cannot say enough about. My vision was always to bring people together, not just for the Oakville community, but bring people from everywhere else to the Oakville community.
Hello.
It is a beautiful place. It is charming. It's warm and it's unique.
Hello.
The film was the vehicle to allow that to happen.
Film happens in theaters, and theaters to me
I think
are where film
someone's
should be
already doing
watched.
that.
In theaters with an audience, because it's that communal experience to me that's so important about film.
I hope that we continue to bring people together, open their world, and allow them to see the magic of cinema.
This is working.
Boy, girl. Like, I think we're past that now.
Does this work? Is it working? Why am I? Wendy, you're first though, right? Okay. Can you hear me? Welcome, everyone. Oh, hold on. This is not on. Can you hear me?
No.
Talking to both. How about this one? Better? Oh, that's why. Turn it on. Better? Hello? Hello? Talking to both of them. Success. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Isn't this wonderful to be live again? Live in the flesh with filmmakers here, directors, actors, media sponsors, just like a film event should be. We've gone through the last 3 years basically doing things virtually as we've had to do. And it's been great in some ways, but really it's this communal experience of being at Film.ca with everyone in the theater. That's what we're here for, right? This is why we exist. So thank you very much for coming. We just want to thank our sponsors, Film.ca, Cinemas. Could not do this without you. Big round of applause. And of course, all weekend long, the 24th and 25th of June, we'll all be here with lots of films for you to watch. And thanks to the team here. Capstick McCollum is one of our sponsors for our Friday Night Gala. Is Tracy Capstick here? Tracy is right there. Tracy's waving. And Capstick McCollum has been a festival sponsor for a number of years and also have an accounting partnership, which is wonderful. And our treasurer, Deborah Barlow, standing here, appreciates that as well. So all great. Are there any other sponsors here? Because Michaela, hi Michaela. Michaela Hutchison is Jay Hutchison's wife from EY, but Michaela herself is a really important Platinum Film Club member and partner and friend of the festival. And we appreciate everything Michaela does. So wonderful. And Nancy Fornacero from ACE Co-working. Welcome Nancy back to the OFFA family. So we're really excited to have Nancy and ACE Co-working back as a sponsor of one of our films as well for the festival. So thank you for coming back, Nancy. So just quickly as well, we have a really, really hardworking board of directors. And our board of directors doesn't get enough credit all the time. So I just want to introduce everybody who's here to everyone. So Deborah Barlow is our treasurer and on the board of directors. Shane Cullis is also on our board of directors. Christine Leonard, event extraordinaire, on our board of directors. And Eric, of course, Eric from KG Multimedia, all of our web stuff, and has been on the board for years as well. Just a great, great board of directors that we have. All right, so I'm just going to turn things over to Cynthia Crowfoot. So we do have two hosts for the festival. Cynthia is one of our hosts. Our other one is not able to be here today, but Cynthia, you're in very capable hands with Cynthia. So just a quick rundown of how this is going to work. We're going to have some introductions from some of the filmmakers. And then following that, we'll go right into the theater and we'll be hearing and seeing the film lineup for the whole festival. So it's very exciting that we're doing that. All right, thank you, Cynthia. Oh, great. Okay. Before Cynthia comes up, we have Jody Harbour from Grandmother's Voice here to do our Indigenous land opening. And Jody is also a partner with the festival this year for our Wednesday night Indigenous event for the National Day of Truth, National Indigenous Peoples Day. So wonderful. Thank you, Jody. So you have to talk in both microphones.
All right, see if I can do this and stay focused. Scano, it's really wonderful to be here. I was right when I walked in here, it brought back so many memories for me because this is where my family comes. We've been visiting Film.ca since my kids were crawling. So that's been a few decades now. So I'm really excited to be here. This is a really important time for community coming together, right? Like Wendy said, we're just really getting back to society again, getting back to our relationships. And, we come here for that connection. You can come here alone and you can connect, right? There's so much in film and arts, and this is really a way for us to connect to the outside world. And so I just want to acknowledge all of you that are here in the room right now with us, that made it here to celebrate something that's really beautiful in our world. And then all of you watching and all of you at home, and then maybe the people that will visit another time this video. But I just want to really bring our minds together right now and know that we're in a wonderful time of not just reconciliation with Indigenous people, but reconciling with each other, ourselves, the earth. There's just so much that we could be grateful for. And I'm really grateful for our relationship and how important it is that we start to really remember how acknowledging each other is just as important as acknowledging the land. And when we acknowledge the land, it's more about awakening to being present right now in this time and what's around us, what's growing from the earth, what sustains us. And so I, again, would just like to acknowledge, even just in spirit, all of our ancestors that walked before us in this moment, in this space, in the lands around us, and how valuable it is for us to remember that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. And so I look forward to partnering. I hope you can all join us on June 21st. And I know that we'll be celebrating not just the Indigenous people that day, but film and arts, and this is a really great way to communicate with each other. And I'm honored to be your friend. Yawa.
Well, welcome everybody. As mentioned, my name is Cynthia Crowfoot. I am a filmmaker, I'm an actor, I'm a producer, I'm a host. I do a lot of things. And actually my first short film was screened here at the Oakville Film Festival, so it does hold a place dear and near in my heart. But this is Oakville's 10th year, so that's something to be very excited about. Yes, let's just say thank you. Right. The festival this year, in case you don't know the dates, will be taking place from the 21st to the 27th of June. It's 7 full days. We have 3 venues, 22 features and documentaries, which includes 12 feature films and 10 documentaries. There's 79 short films. So just like the Dalmatians, we have 101 films in total, which is no small feat to organize. We couldn't do it without the cooperation of OFFA.ca. The weekend will be the 24th and the 25th. All of the screenings will be here. And then we will have screenings at a couple of other locations. Our opening night is on the 21st. That was National Indigenous Peoples Day, as was mentioned. It will be at 5 Drive-In. And it's a special Canadian premiere screening of Red River Métis with filmmaker Alexander Lacheras coming. We have a couple of other visitors coming from BC for the event. And for this event, we are partnering with Grandmother's Voice, 101 Duwagons, the 5 Drive-In, and the town of Oakville. The next gala that we have will be on Thursday night, and that's going to be at the Oakville Center for the Performing Arts. It's a really great time to come because following that, we have our reception afterwards, hosted by Ernst & Young, which will be at the Seesaw Restaurant in Oakville. Now, the Thursday night gala is the Eastern Canadian premiere of Montana filmmaker Rob Grabow's new drama, The Year of the Dog, which is also sponsored by Ernst & Young. There will be people coming from Montana, the director, the writer, and actor. And because we want to make it extra special, there will be a performance by Oakville's own Entrada Brass, which are amazing if you haven't heard them, followed by a special dance performance from Oakville's own Cindy Abbott, who you might recognize as a finalist from Canada's Got Talent. So it's going to be a really great night. Come on out, celebrate film, celebrate local Oakville talent. On the 23rd, and I'm just doing the first 3 days, people. There are more days after this, but on Friday the 23rd, there is a full day industry summit. Now, if you've never been part of the industry summit, I encourage you to come as filmmakers, as whatever your connection is to the film industry, because the speakers are always phenomenal. They're amazing, and you always take something away from it. It's also a really great place to connect and network, which we know is the heart and life of this industry. If you don't connect with people, you're doing it alone, and film is a village effort. It's not a single effort. So those are the first 3 days. Come out for the whole event. For tonight, I'm now going to introduce some of the filmmakers who have films in the festival. I'd like them to each introduce their film within 1 or 2 minutes, so get your elevator speech ready. And then after that, we're going to go into Theater 1, and we're going to watch the premiere of Oakville's clips for this season. So you'll get to see a snippet of all of the films that will be part of the festival. So thank you for listening to me ramble on. And I'm going to invite the first director up is David Peck. He's the director of the film Broken Courage.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting our film here. Nathaniel Draper, who couldn't be here today, is the co-director. It's a real privilege and an honor. Thank you to the board and to OFFA for honoring this story that we're trying to tell. You know, Jody earlier said this is really about reconciling with others, and I believe Broken Courage is really all about that. It's a story of Soon Ratana, a 14-year-old boy, a former child soldier who's now a man in his late 50s from Cambodia, the Kingdom of Wonder, who's still piecing together his life after years of trauma. And this film is about friendship. It's about reconciliation. It's about the horrors of war, but it's all told against the backdrop of this stunning country that is often referred to as the Kingdom of Wonder. So I really hope you're going to come and see it, and looking forward to seeing other films. And it's a real thrill. I live in Oakville, so this is like hometown. A hometown dream come true, it seems to me. And thank you to Film.ca and Jeff Knoll and all of the other supporters here. Thanks so much. I want to keep going, but I'm at about a minute and 20 seconds now, so we'll call it. Thank you.
He set the timer on his phone. I wasn't kicking him off. So two things. First of all, my boo-boo, it's no longer called Ernst & Young. It's E&Y, who are our sponsors. So I want to get that right because they are very supportive of us. And the second thing I wanted to say, your film, I love it when a location is an actual character in the movie. It just adds so much to the film, I think. So thank you for sharing that with us. Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Cliff and his daughter Emily, director Diego Garcia. And Dr. Cliff is from Worldwide Vet, and I'd like you to come up and give your elevator speech. Tell us about your film. Son's daughter?
Okay.
Son's daughter?
Yes, Son's daughter. Yeah, my name's Cliff Redford, and my good friend and producer, writer, director, and co-creator of our documentary, Dr. Cliff Worldwide Vet. It's a great feature documentary about my daughter and I when we traveled to India back in October of last year during the Festival of Lights, the 5-day celebration of Diwali. And oh, thank you very much. You know, it's this great story, this inspiring a story of meeting new friends and experiencing new cultures and just trying to make the world a better place, one little dog that fell down a well at a time, I guess. So bring your families. There's some laughters, there's some cries, and Diego wrote and filmed and produced the heck out of it. So I think you guys will be really impressed.
Come on out. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, thank you for that. Anything with animals is going to make me cry. If there's even a hint of danger for an animal, I'm going to be crying. So I'm looking forward to the laughter part of that. Jennifer Dayton from Sheridan is here today, and we wanted to thank Sheridan for being another sponsor for us and supporting the Oakville Film Festival. Without you, there really would be no festival. So thank you very much. All right, the next, I'm sorry, I keep putting on my glasses because I'm old and I can't read. The next person I'd like to invite up is, and I apologize if I get your last name wrong, Andra Zlatescu.
All right. My name is Andra Zlatescu. I had the absolute honor of being part of a documentary called Coven by director Rama Rao. And it's about 3 women who kind of get to explore witchcraft, their traditions, coming into their own power. And how it happened for me was I started telling Rama the story of my dad who passed away 5 years ago and the folklore that he raised me on, the stories of Romania's sacred places. And I was talking to Rama and she said, "Oh, I want to bring you home. I want to bring you to all of these places from your tati's stories." And so that is how that came to be for me. And it's a really, really beautiful movie. Each one of the women in it kind of occupies a different place and has a different journey and a different trajectory. But it's all in relationship to what it means to be a witch and what it means to experience magic in this world and this time.
Thank you very much. And if you have a boyfriend that was mean to you, I guess you could talk to them. All right, next up, I'd like to invite Eric Allen Forster. Okay, sorry if I mispronounced that. Oh, great. Sometimes I get it right.
Thank you. You have to speak in the boat. In the boat? In the boat, cool.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Eric Allen Forster, director and writer of Blood of Ghent, a short narrative that I'm very happy to have here. Just wanted to say I really thought it was very great to hear about how film is a village and can't be done alone. And I want to appreciate the village that I have here with me today, my producer, Drew, and my director of photography, Sarah. Blood of Ghent, again, a short narrative that deals with the themes of, a lot of things that are going on in the world right now. We follow a young soldier at the end of the War of 1812 who kind of has this battle between doing what he knows is right or doing what he is told. And it also deals with a lot of the ideas of young men facing toxic masculinity and really being brought up in that environment and figuring out who you're going to be under the most dire situations. And I'm super stoked to have it here and for everybody to watch. I'm excited for the entire festival as a whole. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I like it when short films or films in general talk about topics that are on a broader spectrum, right? How many people always struggle with what you're told to do, with what's right, with what you know you should do? So that's a great topic. I look forward to that film. Next up, Laura Johnston, application denied.
Thank you for having me here at the Oakville Film Festival. My name is Laura Johnston, and I was the producer of Application Denied. Unfortunately, our director, Shayla, could not be with us today. However, we had a crap ton of fun making this film. This film is about my dog, Marty, and myself. Marty is a rescue dog. We adopted him through Niagara Dog Rescues, and the film kind of recounts our story and how we came to adopt Marty. Being a college student, trying to adopt a rescue is very, very difficult. There tends to be a lot of negativity surrounding college students and people in post-secondary trying to adopt. And so that's a topic we tried to tackle here today. Shayla did an incredible job of kind of turning this debate into a very personal story that also touches on mental health and the importance of the connections that humans have between their pets and their animal companions. So thank you very much to the Oakville Film Festival for having us and letting us premiere this film and talk about this very niche topic.
If you notice, one of the themes for our festival this year is family, and that's family in whatever means you identify with it, be it pets, be it whoever you love, whatever love you have to give out in the world. That's one of the themes that we have for this year, and I think it's a very important theme. All right, Mia Corlett, Psychosomatic.
Hi there. Oh, is it working? Oh, okay. Hi there. My name is Mia Corlett. I'm the producer and director behind Psychosomatic, which was a short film, multimedia animated film that was produced for Sheridan College's Bachelor of Animation program as our graduation film. I'm very honored to have my film screened here along with many of my very talented peers from Sheridan, as well as a wide variety of other talented filmmakers. My film is an abstract visual metaphor for psychosomatic illness, which is where you have symptoms for something that aren't necessarily caused by a real problem. It's a very personal story to me, and I'm very excited to share it with you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Abstract visual metaphor. I am intrigued. I can't wait. All right, next up, Evine Abbasi, New Beginnings.
Speaking to both. Hi there. We're going to move this down. My name is Evine Abbasi, and I have the short film called New Beginnings. It's a cute little short film that is based on basically this old civilization that was destroyed from a war. And the war destroyed the land and also its people, and there was nothing left from it. but everything has a new start and everything has a new beginning. So these little creatures, these little metaphors called the new beginnings come up, and they basically revive the land, and they bring back life to what it could have remained as, or what it needs to be. Something full of life, something full of happiness, something lush. And these are all things that make me happy. So I just wanted to make something that would make me happy and make the whole process worth the journey. So thank you, and thank you to OFFA, and I hope that you guys enjoy the film when you watch it.
Thank you. I'm gonna say last year when I hosted, I had the privilege of hosting all of the short films, and a lot of them came from Sheridan first-time filmmakers, and the creativity and the vision coming from these young people put me to shame. So I'm always excited to see films like that. All right, and last but certainly not least, we have Akil McKenzie, Legacy Voices 2, which will be a world premiere, I understand.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up, beautiful people? How's everybody doing? Hi. I see a lot of smiles here, and that's really cool. My name is Akil McKenzie. I run the leading media production company in Halton. It's called Falling Motion. If you haven't heard of it, you should go Google it. They're really nice. Whoever runs that, he's a really great guy. And here I have a film for you guys to see. It's a short documentary. It's called Legacy Voices 2. Legacy Voices comes from actually the city. They funded it, and it went through the Canadian Caribbean Association of Halton, because the first project was actually to create a little, what's that thing when it lasts forever? Time capsule. It was a time capsule. And we were filming some of the first ever Black residents to come into Halton and what that experience was like. And it went into the Oakville Museum. So that way, years down the road, we forever would remember what it was like for the first Black people to come into this city. And now the second installation of the film is us talking about what it's like now for the youth to be impacted by that, and how not only do the elderly get to teach the youth, but the youth get to teach the elderly. So you'll learn a little bit about young, old, and everything in between. Thank you, OFFA, for having me. Thank you, Film.ca, and much love. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you. That was actually fitting, because we started with Grandmother's Voice, who said that we should respect and cultivate a relationship with not only the earth, but the people around us. So we need to learn from everybody that we run into. And I think that we have a history that we can learn from our elders. And I think we have a history that we can learn from the ancient people who preceded us and the new people who are coming now. Anyway, so now I'd like to invite everybody to go into theater number 1, which is right here. And we will watch the snippets of the films that will be part of the Oakville Film Festival this year. Please come out, grab popcorn, I'm told, grab a bag of popcorn. And I hope to see you all on the 21st through to the 27th for the Oakville Film Festival. Grab a flyer on your way out. It outlines all of the programs, all of the galas, all of the short films. Thank you.
The only thing that felt like real life to me.
Right guy at the right time, at the right place.
Dad, you have to come see Me the Beehive.
That's right. Very nice. Good.
The powerful sound of someone else's story, the big screen, and the even bigger emotions. Losing yourself in a well-directed masterpiece. Going to the movies is about so much more than just watching. It's about feeling. Feel Again at a theater near you.
Hi there, my name is Alexander Lastris, and I'm the writer-director of The Beehive. The Beehive is a science fiction thriller film about a single father, Frank, and his two children, Rosemary and Aaron, who discover an alien nest that is growing in the backyard of their family's farm. The movie introduces us to some amazing, incredible, up-and-coming Indigenous talent, and we couldn't be prouder to be screening the film and premiering it, having the Canadian premiere at this year's Oakville Film Festival on National Indigenous Day. So if you're around town, June 21st, please come and join us at Canada's largest drive-in movie theater. It's going to be an incredible day full of different events, and if you can, we'd love for you to attend. We're going to be there as well in person, myself, along with Arun Fryer and Mike Johnston, the other producers of the film, and we're going to be super proud to show it to you. So hope you can make it. Thank you so much.
Some people are calling them comets, meteors. I've heard other theories like this is intelligent life.
I will always protect you and your brother.
Who in your family came in contact with the creature?
Daddy's always here.
That's right.
Hi, my name is Rob Grabo. I am the director, writer, and one of the lead actors in the feature film, The Year of the Dog. We are very excited to announce our Eastern Canadian premiere at the Oakville Film Festival. The film follows the journey of my character as he's struggling to maintain sobriety for 30 days so that he can see his mom before she passes away. It stars myself, John Proudstar from Reservation Dogs, Michael Spears from 1923, and a real-life Siberian Husky rescue who is amazing. His name is Caleb. We cannot wait to see you. We're going to be in Oakville for a Q&A afterward, and we'd love to have you join us so we can engage with you directly. And we just hope to see you at the Oakville Film Festival. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon.
Shut up! Hey.
Well, there's nothing in the world an Alaskan Husky loves more than pulling.
Let's get a rig on him, see what he can do.
Are you serious? I thought we had a deal. I lean in and you respond.
Yupik is a very special name. He's a sensitive dog. And you will have to become sensitive too. Lean into that connection, okay?
Enough of this.
If there is a cure for addiction, it is someone you care for saying, "You're not alone."
Except for babies.
Hi, I'm Shamim Sarif. I'm the writer and director of Polarized. We are so excited to share Polarized with you at the film festival on the 23rd of June. It's a small movie with a very big heart about the way two sides in Canada today are polarized and people are not speaking to each other, but at its heart it's also a love story about how the things that seem to keep us apart can actually bring us together. So I hope you'll join me, the producer Hanan Katan, and the lead actors Holly DeVoe and Maxine Dennis on the 23rd to watch Polarized. We're really excited to share it with you. Thank you.
My dad used to have a real farm a mile down that road. There are rules to follow in this country.
Don't come in here talking about this country like I don't belong here.
Do you? I wanted to apologize.
You know, we lost our land too, back in Palestine.
حالك وقت حبيبتي لتنظمي أمورك وتحضري لعرسك.
Because it's the 21st century everywhere, but in this house, where 1950 is alive and well, mashallah. Listen. Do you want to grab a drink?
The boss is nice to you and suddenly you're just drinking the Kool-Aid?
You do get there's a whole world outside Stonewall, right? I'm sorry I made you feel like it didn't mean anything.
Stop hanging around my daughter.
It would be great if you can think of nothing else but the wedding, but I don't think that's who you are.
There's something going on between you two.
Nothing is going on.
Just give me a second to explain.
I took you there. I showed you where I grew up.
No longer belong here. خلاص روحي.
Baba, شو روحي? Baba, Baba, Baba.
In our ever-popular Best of Local Shorts program, you'll get to see the wealth of talent that might be hiding just next door with short films from right here in Oakville. From sports comedy to period drama to insightful documentaries to whimsical animation, all of these shorts were made by teams from right here in the region. Many of the films in this selection come from Sheridan College's prestigious film and television and animation programs. So if you want to see the early work of the next Domi Shi, Dean DeBlois, or Brent Butt, you'll want to check out this program of local shorts.
Just imagine the sky full of fireworks. They hammered hell out of us. Aircraft went down in flames. Boom. Gone. And then there was nothing left.
Morale was very low indeed because the losses were building up.
We lost over 40 aircraft in one night. I was so devastated. I wasn't able to say goodbye, darling.
Empty chairs at empty tables. That's where John used to sit. That's where Harry used to sit.
I'm sorry to see them go.
The hard facts are we had a job to do, and we had to get on with it.
There was water everywhere. It was just like an inland sea.
The Lancaster was the best of its day.
I feel bloody lucky that we survived. The whole thing was about teamwork. I didn't know it at the time, but I was joining the best crew in the Air Force.
You know, any daughter would be so lucky to be able to say, you know, they get to go travel the world with their dad, like saving animals' lives.
Sorry. Have it.
Arma, pick up.
You think he'll drink it? A little bit. Oh, wow. Good job, guys.
So give me the dessert. Give me the dessert.
All that we can do is our best, and feels like we are doing the right thing, and at least for me, I feel like I am where I'm supposed to be.
I love what I do, and every animal deserves a chance, but I'm never gonna quit.
I can tell in the
I can telling them true because I'm worried about discrimination. I don't want to know me. I don't want everybody to know me who I am. I must be kept straight. But now I public. I telling everybody I am a Khmer.
Has he been traumatized too much?
Before 1993, I'm a mental problem. I don't know who I am. And then I start to building about like my accent during the war, how many people die, how many friends die, who I am. Until I keeping memory, I understand about I am. I am Isun Ratana.
Привіт. Я Сергій Круценко, режисер фільму «Адреса на стіні». Тисячі машин, що стоять за мною, намагаються виїхати з міста Києва, в якому я знаходжуся. Коли я знімав це кіно, я думав, що це фільм роздум про те, хто така людина, як вона стає навіть. І я не думав, що це торкнеться безпосередньо мене, мою сім'ю. Who are you? Cain? Cain. Or Abel? Abel. The paramount question on planet Earth. You must choose. Babi Yar. Tragic truth. All but hidden from the world. The address on the wall. A door to infinity.
It was not biotechnology that brought the dinosaurs to life in Jurassic Park.
Animator Steve Williams used a computer to bring the T-Rex to life.
For almost 75 years, the technology and the techniques were pretty much the same.
3 key projects ultimately had the greatest impact: The Abyss, Terminator 2, Jurassic Park.
If you want to stay in the industry, you got to play the game. Steve didn't play that game.
The parties, far out of control.
I was suspended twice.
He was a rebel.
Steve said,
Why don't we just build all the dinosaurs in computer graphics?
He knew the time was right. And I think other people was like, whoa, no, we're not going into this whole new realm.
I just believed we could do it. But actually having to prove it, that was the challenge. There was a lot of people pissed off at me because of my arrogance. I shot my mouth off a lot.
This is unfortunately what's happening.
I'm not political. I'm not political. I've never been political, right? I'm not good at it.
It's called a BlackBerry.
Try typing with your thumbs.
Get this baby in the hands of every Fortune 500 executive you could find. We call them crackberries.
Doug, come with us, sir.
No. You want to be great, you need to sacrifice. And the more painful the sacrifice, the greater you'll be.
If we put more phones on these networks, they're going to crash.
Is this legal? You need to sell 1 million BlackBerries. We are calling it iPhone. In the middle of a hostile takeover!
Do you know what a sentence is for multi-million-dollar stock fraud?
What are you doing?
I'm doing it all. You guys have no idea how to run a company.
What's happening, man? I created this entire market. You said they were the best engineers in the world.
I said they're the best engineers in Canada.
My name is Angus MacLachlan, and I am the writer-director of A Little Prayer, which will premiere at the 2023 Sundance Film Festival. A Little Prayer is about a man in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, who tries to protect his daughter-in-law when he finds out his son is having an affair. I started this project when my daughter was 16. She's now 21, and I realized in retrospect that I was working on a story about
parenting adult children. How you still want to protect them and tell them what to do, and you can't. A Little Prayer is about family and love and secrets and choices and letting go.
Hello, my name is Denise Bouchard. I'm the director of the movies Notre Dame de Moncton. I'm very happy to be selected on your film festival. Very happy. Notre Dame de Moncton, in one line, it's a movie talking about taking care of each other. Empathy. It's a feeling good movie. So I hope I'm going to see you at the Présentation Notre Dame de Moncton festival film in Oakville in June. So I'm going to be there. I hope I see you there. Ciao.
Un adulte maintenant prend sa propre vie en main. Il se passe quelque chose d'étrange.
Hostie, c'était pas ça, Guy!
On a les chances qu'on mérite.
Comme si j'ai mérité tout ce qui m'est arrivé dans la vie, moi.
Arrête de mentir à tout le monde. Surtout à Jason.
La vie est pleine de surprises. C'est ça qui la rend intéressante, non? Qu'est-ce qui arrive si je le perds encore?
My teacher, he said, wouldn't it be neat if the Juanitan people, the colonizers, if they paid for a canoe to get carved, but they paid for the ceremony, they paid for the teachings, they paid for the songs, they paid for the rituals, and at the end have that canoe gifted back to our community, our people, for our young people to witness and see, for our young people to use and learn the ways of the old, to share that teachings with the next generation. And so when he passed away, I sat down and I remembered those words that he spoke. You come check it out? Don't be shy. I'll feel it in my heart.
Every year, the Oakville Festivals of Film and Art receives hundreds of short film submissions from all around the world, and we're proud to bring you the best of the best in this program. From local animation and Canadian gems to special presentations from the United States, Colombia, and South Korea, there is something for everyone in Shorts for All Sorts.
Ma famille est vraiment différente dans son mode de vie. C'est pas facile bien de vivre comme ça. Mais c'est pas une vie monotone.
Vivre avec la nature, c'est vraiment ça, c'est suivre son rythme, puis l'apprécier surtout.
What do you think a witch is?
Witchcraft helps us to reclaim our own narratives.
More or less, I feel like I'm a witch politically and for a feminist reason. Giving women power is a thing where cultures don't want to do.
Something is ready to open and receive you.
The past and the present and the future are always overlapping.
Very seldom do you come upon a time like this when you may wonder who you are after all.
Can you imagine just being okay with being forgotten or unacknowledged?
Disappearing feels good sometimes.
I think I'm learning to make room for forgiveness.
Who are you trying to forgive?
I shouldn't be the one feeling for the both of us.
Why can't you just understand I'm not ready?
I really don't want to lose you, especially now.
That's it. Turn the page on the day, walk away. Cause there's sense in what I say. I'm 45th generation Roman, but I don't know them or care when I'm spitting. So return to your sitting position and listen, it's fitting.
Hi, sorry, that's my bike.
Oh, hi there. We were just making sure that all of these bikes were road safety, and we were just walking by. Oh, yours isn't, by the way. We were just walking by and we thought it looked a bit, you know.
Yeah. God, I should probably go get that serviced or something.
Yeah, full service. You can never be too careful.
I have no one. Because of you. I have nothing. Because of you. From now on, you're going to be like me. Alone.
You stay away from my family.
Hey, buddy. Can I give you a lift? I was doing nothing wrong.
No!
Jesus.
You shouldn't be here! You killed her! You killed her!
Ted's accident destroyed McGrath's family. His wife and kids died. I mean, McGrath lived, but it destroyed Ted, too.
He really believes this McGrath character is out there.
Until he stops believing someone's out there, he'll never come home.
I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
My grandniece. I would like you to take her on as an apprentice. She dropped out of school and then she ended up in a bad crowd.
You'll learn how to garden. Are you satisfied with the life that you have?
How would you ask that? You know, you talk a lot of shit, but there's one thing you don't talk about.
What's that?
Yourself.
There's not much to know. I have created this life. Filled it with rules. Now seems the time to break one.
Gemeinschaftspraxis für Psychotherapie Lorenz, guten Tag.
Gut, dass ich dich gleich am Hörer habe.
Mama, alles Gute zum Geburtstag.
Wenn du mir was Gutes tun willst, Kindchen, dann jetzt. Ich bin verzweifelt. Ich glaube, ich habe zu wenig Stühle.
Oh, Mama, ich würde wirklich gerne helfen, aber
Willst du deine Mutter an ihrem 70. Geburtstag etwa im Stich lassen?
Was willst du damit so viel stören, ne? Bei solchen Festen, da setzt sich doch keiner an den Tisch, hm?
Ja, das sage ich dann meinen Gästen nachher, wenn sie kommen.
Mama, bitte.
Du hast mir doch gesagt, ich soll dich anrufen, wenn ich was brauche. Und jetzt brauche ich was? Und dann passt es dir nicht. Vielleicht hilfst du mir ja lieber bei meinem 71. Geburtstag, wenn ich dann noch lebe.
Ich schaue gleich auf der Terrasse, ja?
Ja.
Gut.
Dann tu das.
Bis später, ja.
Bis später.
Hello, Oakville Film Festival. My name's Kayvon Saremi and I'm the producer of Cover Your Ears.
And I'm Sean Patrick Shaw, producer and director of Cover Your Ears. Cover Your Ears is a feature-length documentary that looks at the history of music suppression and censorship.
We're both absolutely thrilled to be a part of this year's festival. Can't wait for everybody to check it out.
Hope you enjoy it.
The outrageous edge of rock and roll has shifted its focus from I can't get no satisfaction to I'm going to force you at gunpoint to eat me alive.
You can't talk about freedom of speech if really all you want is freedom of your speech.
It genuinely was a soundtrack of a social revolution. It changed the world, for real.
When you want to ban something, it's because it's hitting close to truths that you don't want to acknowledge.
I didn't perceive it as like a personal attack in the beginning.
Everybody had a song where they had something to say. They always made sure that there was a message in the music.
It's an adult album with an adult sticker on it, sold to other people's children.
I think there's a limit on what warrants protected speech. I don't think it's artistic.
Not able to make it to the theater? That's no problem. We're bringing international short films to you in 2 excellent programs. Choose the kinds of films you're in the mood for, sit back and watch a selection of shorts from around the world. The A Slice of Life program features human stories, whimsical worlds, laughs, and character-driven stories, while Drama and Thrills features hard-hitting drama, reflections on life, thrillers, and important issues. Each online shorts program will also include a Q&A session with the filmmakers, bringing the world right to your couch at home.
OFFA is celebrating 10 years, and it kind of crept up on me, to be honest, because it's gone really fast. And it's just been amazing that we got to this point. I'm like, oh my God, 10 years?
Years ago, 12 years ago, I moved here from the UK and moved to a sleepy town called Oakville. And sitting in the town square one night, around 9:30 at night, realizing that it was very quiet.
You know, going back to the earliest days, when Judah Hernandez and I were sitting at a soccer game, I just finished my master's in cinema and media studies. And I was talking to Judah and I said, I've always wanted to start a film festival, and I went back to do my master's so I could do that. And he just looked at me and said, oh my God, I want to do that too.
She couldn't believe her ears because she was just thinking the same thing. 2 very different people from 2 very different worlds connected like magnets.
We just did it. It's part of that entrepreneurial spirit to doing something like this, but it also goes back to just a love of film.
Film for me is a way to take an idea and turn it into something tangible. It's the way that we connect with other human beings.
For a not-for-profit, you have to be invested in what you're doing. And I think this festival is so much about the community. It's so much about the people that are on the board. It's so much about the volunteers. And we couldn't do the festival without all that sweat equity.
Let me tell you, those early days were fun, but chaos. It was just trying to figure out how this could work. But in order to do that, you need money, you need support, you need funding.
There's two sponsors that come to mind. The first one is Christopher and Vidyata, who back in the earliest years of the festival, very first year, came on board as our only sponsor and believed in the event and the potential, of the festival and the community. The second sponsor who's so integral to the festival is Peter Wilson. Peter Wilson came on board as a title sponsor. It was Peter Wilson's participation as a sponsor that helped us to build the festival into what it is today.
I can't say enough about the community support. There were so many local sponsors, small level sponsors, in-kind sponsors, people who volunteered just to bring this thing to life that I cannot say enough about. My vision was always to bring people together, not just for the Oakville community, but bring people from everywhere else to the Oakville community. It is a beautiful place. It is charming, it's warm, and it's unique. And film was the vehicle to allow that to happen.
Film happens in theaters, and theaters to me are where film should be watched. In theaters with an audience, because it's that communal experience, to me, that's so important about film.
I hope that we continue to bring people together, open their world, and allow them to see the magic